Well, speaking of military hardware, the Pentagon is racing to replenish weapon stockpiles as it deals with the conflict in Iran, while also preparing for other potential threats around the world. New budget requests from the armed forces call for nearly 14,000 new missiles and more than 850 THAAD interceptors in 2027 alone. A major increase as the U.S. moves to rebuild depleted stockpiles and boost military readiness. For more, let's bring in former Deputy National Security Advisor Victoria Coates. Always good to see you, Victoria. Okay, but I'm a little more apprehensive than usual because I don't like the sound of having to hurry up and procure a lot of new missiles as though our planning in past administrations completely ignored this. Is this a failure of planning that goes back years, maybe decades on this one?
Well, Brian, it's always good to be with you, too. And unfortunately, the answer to your question is yes, that after the fall of the Berlin Wall, we thought we had a holiday from history. We didn't need to build up the way we did against the Soviet Union. What we needed for the global war on terrorism was very different. It turns out that that holiday was illusory. So we need to get back to the very hard business of both authorizing and appropriating, not to get weedy on congressional process, but everybody always applauds the National Defense Authorization Act. We've got to actually appropriate that money for the right things, the things we're going to need to fight the wars that we're in right now. So yes, I think the president has rightly requested $1.5 trillion for this year's defense budget. We've got the NDAA in hand. Now let's start getting that money appropriated so we can start this buildup.
But can these defense companies and contractors, can they build out that fast? I mean, it strikes me this is not like flicking a switch and you just start pumping out much more of these things. Are we going to run into a bottleneck there pretty quickly?
Well, flipping a switch isn't quite right, but as those fabulous people out in Detroit are showing us, we have innovators in the defense sector who can ratchet up very, very quickly. And the amazing thing is when you actually do appropriate the money, the defense contractors produce the product. So I have great faith in our industry. This is the industry that built us up for World War II in a record amount of time. We can do this again. We just need to be very, very serious about how we're spending our money.
All right, I want to move on to this. A new reporting revealing a covert operation to get President Trump out of Turkey following a credible Iranian threat against his life. The president was seen boarding Air Force One, but reports say he was secretly moved out in an airport catering vehicle and taken to a second military plane while Air Force One stayed behind as a decoy. Victoria, this is a fascinating story just in terms of logistics of keeping the president safe. So you can comment on that. To me, the bigger question is the fact that this had to be done tells us something about the elevated threat environment and what we're facing here, does it not?
Oh, it absolutely does. But first and foremost, Brian, anybody who's talking to the New York Times or the Washington Post about this is a traitor. They should not be discussing this. It has not any place on any of our headlines. The business of the Secret Service is to keep the president safe. Everybody on that plane, everybody who works for the president, everyone who chooses to travel with the president knows before they get into a car or a plane or a helicopter, their security is secondary to the president's. You accept that. It is an honor for you to serve the president, not some sort of right for your security to be more important than his. That's first and foremost. Secondary, we don't know what actually went on, but I 100% agree with you. This shows you that the president is under constant threat. There's a reason this Iranian regime that is, been going on for 47 years is after him so closely because he's the first president who's actually done the right thing, which is drop a bunch of bombs on them. So, I mean, this story shouldn't be in the headlines. I am very, very grateful that the president is safe, and my thanks to the Secret Service who have kept it that way.
As always, Victoria, your expertise and perspective are highly valued. Thanks very much for joining us tonight. Good to see you.
Thank you.